Well, it's time for Risa. But what is the new stuff for this year? Of course, there's always new stuff. So, there's the Hollow Ship, which is the main prize. I'm curious how large this is going to be. The object seen in Insurrection was not that big. Like, I think the Defiant was actually bigger. But this is not a direct copy. This is something that is extremely similar and probably rather small. Let's be real. The bits they've shown us made it looks like a rather small ship that has holographic technology to pretend to be larger than it really is. Uh, I'll let other people go into the details on its stats. I'm here for the other, what people would sometimes call lesser prizes, but I personally find them to be rather interesting. So let's get on with it. Let's see here. I have several TMP themed items. This is the outfit that McCoy was wearing at the beginning of the movie before they shoved him back into a Starfleet uniform. I'm thinking it should have bell bottoms though, but it's possible the devs decided that they couldn't do bell bottoms properly without having some sort of physicsy thing to make the bell part of it flop around, and decided they didn't want to do that, so are going with traditional pants legs. I think I'm not 100% sure if it actually had bell bottoms in the movie. That's just the way I remember it. Anyways, moving on. You can use a costume unlock to add sunscreen to your nose. Yes, people actually asked for this. Whatever. Do I plan on using it? No. Will other people enjoy it? Probably. Anyways. Next we have TMP themed prismatic power boards and floaters. Yeah, I looked it up. That is a really, really close imitation. Yeah. Interesting choice of a callback. Although they did do several things related to V'ger relatively recently, so who knows? Oh yeah, also one thing this reminded me of: we still don't have Ilea's outfit. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, this needs a skirt version. Honestly, it's not that similar. The color is similar. Okay, so here we have that weird one that Spock was using in the movie. I think I don't feel like going to look it up, but yeah, the aesthetics of this remind me of that things that Spock was wearing in the movie. Now here's the also there's some new emotes. Yay, sure, why not? Now having tap dancing as a looping version that doesn't stop actually sounds really cool. Now here's the part that is the biggest thing. Rapid lithic formation in mineral quicksand. Yeah, those are Earth Elemental Kit modules, which make the whole 4-element thing a heck of a lot easier because, as an engineer, your only option was the freaking sandstorm generator. Does it suck? No. But it's kind of situational, and in a lot of situations, it would be not the best. Also, we got an acid spray thing for the wind element because most of the wind element things were based on lightning or weird psionic powers or something like that. Which, hey, you know what? That's cool. I'm going to have to look at these to get numbers on them when it goes live and do a update. But, having more options is great. Seismic agitation field is actually a really, really good thing to use for science if you're doing a 4 elements build, or even just a Risa kit frame build in general. But rapid lithic formation and mineral quicksand. Let's take a look and ponder these. Now, other than the knockup, which should actually interrupt whatever your targets are doing if they get knocked up, which is only a % chance and not actually a high one. Also, this feels like it's a insta hit and then it's done. That's the rapid lithic formation one. Like almost like a pseudo grenade almost. Curious about that. I'm going to have to test that a lot. Mineral quicksand. Now, this one, this is an AoE that's a sort of debuff and motion affecting thing that also applies the damage over time. It is interesting. The fact that the enemy has to not get out of it for 5 seconds before it roots them is kind of Being able to light the enemy on fire for 10 seconds is nice. I am curious how long the damage patch lasts, because it mentions 10 seconds and 10 seconds on 2 of the things in here, but it doesn't say how long the actual area of effect that applies those debuffs is going to last. If it's like 20 or 30 seconds, that would actually be pretty cool. Wrist-mounted acid spray. Is this a cone shape AoE, or is it a single target attack? I genuinely don't know. It does. The way it's described in the parts that are just the mechanical whatever makes it feel almost like it could be a wrist launcher, or it could be a flamethrower, and I can't tell. Okay, so the damage over time that this applies lasts for 10 seconds. And if you apply the dot multiple times, it apparently stacks to 5? Huh. Oh, and having it confuse enemies is an interesting thing, because would this mean that shooting a group of enemies with this might cause that group of enemies to stop attacking you? Or if you manage to ambush the enemies, have them actually attack each other? Inquiring minds want to know. And yes, I'm going to test this later. Anyways. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The mineral quicksand one doesn't actually say what damage type it is. So, rapid lithic formation is kinetic damage. I would probably have made it physical instead of kinetic, but whatever, it's kinetic. This says it's kinetic. Wrist-mounted acid spray says that it's actually toxic damage, which, okay, cool. Certainly not the only thing in the game that does toxic damage. Heck, one of the other ones is even wrist-mounted. Yes, I'm talking about that Kintari device. Anyway. Mineral quicksand. Yeah, I have no idea what damage type of that does. I'm not actually sure if the main effect even does damage. It might actually just be a slow/root for the primary effect that has a secondary effect that applies a dot. Oh wait, no, it says right under the target's position, dealing damage and slowing. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's about enough of this for now. Interesting to ponder. And the fact that it gives people a lot more Earth options is great! Seriously. It tripled the number of Earth options engineers have. That is cause for celebration for anyone who wants to do a 4 elements build as an engineer. It's not turrets, but whatever. Anyway. Alrighty, see you guys later.